Well, the Russian government has released an advisory as it faces global sanctions. Traveling to European countries at the moment could be dangerous for Russians because of the large number of Ukrainians based abroad. Russia has also named destinations which should be safe for Russian tourists, such as India, Sri Lanka, Turkey, Israel, the United Arab Emirates, amongst others. Russia has asked tourists instead to head towards India, which they believe is going to be safer for Russian tourists. Do remember that this is taking place as Russia envisages danger to its citizens in other areas, which could have a large number of Ukrainians abroad. So this is the latest Russian government advisory that has come out in terms of travel for its citizens, going on to say that they envisage trouble in areas where there are a large number of Ukrainians. However, the advisory does mention some destinations as safe. Those destinations that have been mentioned as safe include India as well as Sri Lanka. Now, this comes as there is global outrage over what has been seen in Bucha in terms of what the Ukrainians are terming as genocide. About 300 to 400 bodies have been found over there in the aftermath of the Russians leaving Bucha, which essentially is a town on the outskirts of Kyiv. So the Russian government are coming out with an advisory as there is mounting global anger, on the invasion that is now in its 41st day in Ukraine. And the other aspect of it, of course, is the horrors that have unfolded in Bucha, where the international community essentially condemning the mass killings over there. There are calls for those killings, of course, to be investigated by human rights agencies as well as by the UNHCR. There are also demands being made that Russia be evicted from the UNHCR. But apart from that, what we are learning right now is that the Russian government has issued an advisory to its citizens who are hoping to travel abroad, saying that there are a large number of countries in Europe as well as the Americas which could be unsafe for their citizens because they apprehend that Ukrainians living abroad might pose a threat to them. Samiksha is joining me from the newsroom. Samiksha, now in this advisory, what we understand is that the Russian authorities have marked India as well as Sri Lanka as a safe destination for them to travel. But there are a large number of other places in Europe as well as the Americas which are believed to be unsafe for travel. Give us more details on what you are learning about this, Samiksha.
Right, so the Russian government has released an advisory as it faces global sanctions from the Western countries. Now, what this advisory by the Russian government says is essentially that traveling to European countries at the moment could be dangerous for Russians because of large number of Ukrainians abroad. The advisory also goes on to mention that Russia has also named destinations which should be safe for Russian tourists. And these countries include India, Sri Lanka, Turkey, Israel, United Arab Emirates and others. Essentially, these are the countries which Russia has time and again termed as friendly countries. So that's the latest advisory that has come in from the Russian government, saying that traveling to European countries at the time when Russia is still continuing with its special operations in Ukraine is not safe, and that certain countries which Russia has labeled as friendly countries are safe, and these essentially are India, Israel, Turkey, the countries with whom Russia shares good ties with.
All right, Samiksha bringing us those details from the newsroom. Thank you. The Rajasthan Congress has formed